guys doing? Danny here. Just finishing up some marketing. 8 seconds left before my list receives my things. I just shared it on LinkedIn. I just shared this on LinkedIn, Google Plus, Twitter. Let's see how many people are going to learn today. So it started out with a dream. It started with this one guy, though, teaching me a lot about influence, how much powerful I could be. And I believed in myself because I did that in soccer. I believed in myself. I played soccer. So I was just like teaching others how to do it. But I used to have a really, really, really negative attitude. I realized that I just wasn't about the love and about the peace and about all that. I was about like the division and stuff, you know. Even though I was really good at soccer, my leadership skills weren't all there. People listened to me probably because they had to, because I was good enough that they had to listen to me. I don't mean good like good attitude. I mean my skill set was great that they had to. But I don't want to say it was great. Maybe more advanced than others. If I was great, I would have ended up pro. Maybe that's the reason I go pro. My influence. Let me talk to you about influence. Influence is the ability to get somebody to do the thing you're telling them to do. That's pretty much it. So you walk around in life and most people don't listen anymore. They nod their head yes, but they don't listen to you. Influence is the ability to get somebody to take an action that they wouldn't have gotten if you weren't there. That's what influence is. How do we influence others? One way to influence others is by building connections with people. In my previous webinar, I went over team building. Influence is built faster when there's teams. In my other previous webinar before that, I said I want to talk about how to keep people around for a long time. It's through influence. So you should build teams because it's easier to build influence. It's almost like a win-win. Guys, I just want to tell you guys that I believe in you guys. I believe that you guys can do it. I know it's tough sometimes. I know you got through struggles and failures. I just want to tell you that I believe in you. Somewhere around the world, there's somebody watching this, and I believe in you. I believe that you can make your dreams come true and you can make the income that you want to achieve. I do. I really believe that you can do that. Like no matter what anybody tells you, if you're shy, if you're not shy, if you're like aggressive or non-aggressive, you can do it, man. And I just want to influence you to be a good person when you do it, to stay humble, and don't think you're better than somebody else because you get better results. I really want to influence you for that because I've been reading my Bible, man. That's all I got to say. Be a good person. I want to say that if you take action on this, well, I want to say to some of you, congratulations, you know. You guys got the new cell. You guys got a new lead. I don't even know how I got this far sometimes. And I just think of it like such a small thing. But when I really, really look back and I'm honest, it's been a long road. But when I really am honest with myself and who I am now, I also think like it's not that much. I could do 10 times fold. I could do 100 fold. I got so much inside of me. And that's how I want you to think. And that's how I want you to think, because if you're honest, like if you want to do something, it's time for you to start dodging the punches and go out there and take action, bro. Go out there and take some action. How can you influence people? Again, you have a team, right? Go out with them, do things with them, fun, adventurous things with them, right? Go do things with them, like go out to events, go eat with them. You know what I mean? If you're online, you can meet up with each other and just conversate. You can meet up with each other every 3 months somewhere around the world and do something really, really fun and expensive, even so it could build the dreams of others to do those expensive things. Because when they make that kind of money, they'll be so they'll get that means that they hit the goal to where they wanted to go. All right, let me change this music. Yeah, to go where you want to go. You know what I'm saying? So you could do that. Build an influence. You can divide groups of people. You could talk to the bench separately, the people who work in the team, but they're not as good. They're not as good as like the person whom they're not as good as the person who wants to do better, and you call them like your inner circle, right? But not just your inner circle. You call them like your leaders. So your leaders, you can talk to them separately, and you can talk to the followers separately, and do things for certain people, and build culture that way. Because people love that. You're only bringing goodness to the company because the leaders do a lot for the company. So they should receive more. That is the truth, guys. They should receive more. They should receive some more benefits. They're doing more for the organization than anybody else. So there you go. The other thing is to just believe in yourself, increasing beliefs of people, knowing that people are not better or worse than you. You know that you're just a person like everybody else, and you should treat everybody kindly. You know what I'm saying? Doing that. Understand that everybody has a positive intent. I got this stuff from a subject called NLP, and I know that everybody has a positive intent. Whether or not they think they're doing wrong, it's coming from a good area of their life. Say somebody does something wrong, it probably came because they've lived their whole life in wrong, and to them that's right, and that's sad. But they always have a positive intention because they always want to do good. All they need is a little fixing. That's all. If somebody leads your team, they have a positive intent. They think they're gonna go somewhere better. Let them go. Don't stop somebody from that. But here's another one. If somebody has a problem and they go to your business, then they have a positive intention to change the problem. They might be angry and stuff at themselves or at the problem, but their intention is positive. Believe me. And here's another thing. Everybody has all the resources inside of themselves to be victorious today. If you have a dream, right? And if you can see it in your mind, then you can achieve it. Because everybody has all the resources they need inside of themselves to get the goal that they want to get. Everyone. These are good things to believe, okay? Now, also, what's that? You want to model others, you know what I'm saying? You want to be a model for others, and you want to model others because that's how you grow. Because that's all we're talking is about growth here, guys. You know what I'm saying? Being consistent. What's going on here? All right, we're good. Yeah, guys, being consistent, pushing through failures. Helping the person underneath you, always learning, always humbling yourself. Find a person that you can actually learn from, you know what I'm saying? Here's some rules, some things you can learn from Robert Cialdini. He has some rules. I'm gonna go over them, but if you follow them, you'll be more, you'll have more persuasion and you'll have more influence with the people. And also, I'll give you resources as a gift when you buy the top product that I believe is like about $90, and that's the top product. There's nothing else after that for now, because I know you guys are just starting and you guys don't have any results yet, and you guys want to learn fast. So I got you. So one of the first things, guys, is you want to copy somebody. Like if somebody does something for you, do it back to them, because that builds influence, guys. Here's another one. You want to have social proof. You want to make sure that people actually doing that, like copying you enough or modeling you enough that people could look at you and then they start modeling you too, because that builds social proof. It builds buy-in. People buy into someone like that. So why? Just the way people are. I don't know. So be committed and consistent, and people will notice that also. Okay, and so that here's another one. People should be able to like you. They should like you. That's a principle of influence. And if you have authority with people, is another one. Having authority with people, that's another one. It's beautiful. And being scarce, like not being there all the time, just being there enough to help people out, and like scarcity will bring like a problem. Will get people to make a decision quickly about who you are. Use these. These are principles of influence, guys. So the next one is Becoming a Person of Influence is a book that I'm also going to give to you as a gift when you get the top product. And if you want the top product, just send me an email out, because we don't have the websites up yet. So I'm just giving out value right now. You want to be a person of integrity, person of nurture, faith, a listening person, understanding person, an enlarging person, the person that navigates, that connects, that empowers, that reproduces. You want to be a model for others. You want to motivate others. You want to be a mentor. You want to multiply others. You want to have so much integrity. Bro, integrity is your best friend. Integrity is your friend's best friend, because you want the people around you to have integrity, right? To have strong character. And because with strong character and integrity, obviously, it brings trust. And with trust, you get influence, guys. You saw that pattern? Whoa, look at that. Look at that. Integrity is your best friend, and integrity is your friend's best friend. Of course, you got to model and motivate and mentor and multiply others, but then the integrity will build trust, and in turn, the trust builds influence. Guys, some of the qualities of integrity is principles, is holding down these principles, is the model consistency of character, employ honest communication, value transparency, exemplify humility, fulfill your promises, all right? Embrace an attitude of service. Encourage a two-way participation with the people you influence. You gotta love people. You gotta nurture people, bro. You gotta love them. You gotta respect them. You gotta give them a sense of security, a sense of recognition, encouragement. The person you're influencing, bro, they need to feel all of this and more. But of course, they gotta, because if you do this, they start feeling like they belong, right? They start feeling like they self-worth, especially if you believe in them. Their self-worth shoots up, bro. It's crazy. I love it. I love seeing people when they shoot up. It's like I love it. Like when they're like, you get energized. You know what I mean? Perspective, yo. You put them into perspective, and they gotta feel like they have hope and a feeling of significance, right? Because the truth is, people, if you don't have faith in people, people know that you don't got faith in them. But people know that you got faith in them when you do have faith in them. You know what I'm saying? But most people don't have faith in themselves, so most people don't have someone who has faith in them. So be that person that has faith in people, because people will do anything if you have faith for them. All right? Become a believer in people. Believe in them before they succeed. Emphasize their strengths. List their past successes. Instill confidence when they fail. Experience some wins together. Visualize the future success, guys. Expand the new level of living. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So the rewards of understanding people are priceless and countless. It gives you satisfaction and enables you to positively impact your life as well as the lives of others. Why people fail to understand others? They fail to understand others because of fear. They fail to understand because of self-centeredness, failure to appreciate the differences, failure to acknowledge similarities. What we need to understand about people is that everybody wants to be somebody, and nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. So everybody can be somebody when somebody understands and believes in him. But anybody who helps somebody influences a lot of bodies. So if you help someone, you're influencing more than one person. Just know that. So you're doing a great job. It is a choice to understand others. If you desire to positively influence others, choose to understand them by possessing the other person's perspective, right? Demonstrating personal empathy, having a positive attitude about people. Guys, this is one single book on influence, and then there's another book on influence, and my library is gonna be huge with books on influence, huge with books on team building, huge with sales and marketing and people and everything. And not only that, but huge on my health, huge on romance and my marriage and my relationship with my family, right? Huge on how I want to have fun. I want to get travel books, you know what I'm saying? I want to keep learning my mixed martial arts, so I want to keep getting bigger with that. You know, this is my life. I'm explaining to you my life. Maybe one of these interests will attract you, make you want to follow me, because, hey, I would love to meet up with you and go train some martial arts or go travel, you know what I'm saying? I would love to. I'll show you exactly how we could travel and make money, you know? Together, you know, that'd be cool. I want to be a better person for my friends, you know. I want to be a better person for me, for God. You know what I'm saying? For the Almighty God. He's the one that matters, to be honest. That's what we're all here for, right? We're children of God. And of course, I want to just be a better person at personal development, so I can show you guys how to do what you got to do. I could be a better communicator, writer, teacher, trainer, speaker. You know what I'm trying to tell you, bro? I need to be a mentor for you guys. So here I am. I just want to give you guys my all. You know what I'm saying? And my hopes to you through this video is that it reaches someone out there and they can feel what I feel and then want to do it. Feel warm, y'all. Like, I feel warm right now, you know, because I want to help you. And when I get money and when I get all this stuff, I feel warm, man. I feel really, really warm inside. So yeah, guys. Influence. Fill your library up with as many books as you can, bro, about the great stuff. You know what I mean? And read the Bible. I got my Bible here all the time. This is my personal beliefs. If you're Hindu or if you're like something else that doesn't believe in one God or whatever, look, I'm going to tell you that it's okay. I've had plenty of Indian friends in the past, and I've had plenty of people who, like, you know, it's all right. I just can't talk to them about the Bible stuff. So I just tell them to go read the personal development or something. But if you're religious and Catholic and Christian, you should be up to par with these books, man. These books are life-changing. If you don't have any faith in yourself, go get some faith right here in this book, man. That's where the faith is, in this book. You know what I'm talking about? It's free. Sorry, I got to get really passionate about it because, I was reading it, and Jesus just told me off the other day, bro. It's crazy. Anyway, so everybody can be somebody when somebody understands and believes in him. Anybody who somebody influences a lot of bodies. So I gotta choose to understand others and have empathy and have a positive attitude about people. So a person of influence enlarges people. Enlarging people, I feel great teaching you this stuff, guys. Enlarging people takes an even stronger commitment, for it means coming alongside the person you want to influence and really getting the results that you want in life. So it also involves mentoring. Mentoring is influencing others to turn their potential into reality. So here, guys, enlarging team players. In my last webinar, you guys could go see it. They always enlarge their team, right? They always say, "Oh, I got an idea. Oh, I got an idea," and they're all great ideas, and they're enlarging the system, right? But it takes a leader to focus. An influencer isn't always the top leader. But an influencer definitely enlarges the people by helping them focus over time in those little things that the team in the team's ideas. You know what I'm trying to say? So just basically make people larger by believing in themselves, giving them something to have faith in, and then giving them the skills and resources so they can take on the next task. You know, carefully choose persons to enlarge. Select people whose philosophies are similar to yours. So if you're in the other side of the camera, your philosophy is probably similar to mine. Hopefully, we get along better more. Choose people with potential who you genuinely believe in. And of course, I believe in you. That's why I'm here sharing all this stuff. Like, this is an example of a person on one side of the camera believing in somebody in the other side of the camera, reaching out to you and telling you, guys, like, oh girl, you could do this. You could go get your leads in your sales. It's not hard. You could go build your business. You could go do this. You know what I'm saying? I genuinely believe in you, and I study beliefs, as you should too, so you can believe in others and train your team, your staff. If you're multi-level marketing, you could train your multi-level business. You could train your team if you have like a staff, right, of outsourcers. You could do this. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that you guys go beyond your abilities. That's what we do as an influencer. As people want to follow us, we gotta tell them, like, we gotta show them. We gotta be the example. How can we expand people's abilities? So how do we show somebody how they can expand their abilities? Well, it starts by saying, like, who can actually expand their abilities? So if I go up to a guy who's better than me, I can't really expand his abilities unless I get a group of people who I know who are better than him. And how do I do that? I got to be better myself. So wherever I am now, I got to look down. I got to say, who is under me that I can help, that I can expand their abilities? And this is a problem that has happened to me and to a lot of people I notice. They don't want to look down because they don't want to be the person, because they always want to be on top, right? Like the king of the hill. It's not cool. It's not cool anymore in business, especially. You have to grow your team. It's not cool to be king of the hill. You have to look down and help the person underneath you and get the ego out the side, man. Like, we're not anybody, like I said at the beginning, we're not better than anybody else in the world. You know, all of us are equal. If you're in a team, if you're a better player, you might be treated differently, but to God, we're all equal. So after the game is done, you are a person just like everybody else. So this goes out to all the people who are negative in teams that talk a lot of trash in teams, right? They don't understand that. There's very, like, they think it's all, you know, so you want to get people with philosophies similar to yours, okay? So yeah, man, you get mentors. You got to tap into your future, tap into your passion. You know, you got to address the flaws in people's characters. Like I just pointed out, some people are very egotistical and they want to be king of the hill and never help the person underneath them. Tell you what, you're not influencing anybody. You're influencing people that want to do the same thing as you. And you know what that means? That all of you want to be king of the hill. If you guys lived in an environment without any government or whatever, you guys would be killing yourselves. But you want to influence people underneath you with love and passion, that even if there was no government around, you guys could succeed with love and purity and passion. You know what I'm saying? So focus on your strength. Teach them to be self-enlargers. So right now, you're coming to this webinar and you're listening to me, but the truth is that you could go out there after this webinar, buy a book, and study all night long. That's how I started, and I still go to people's webinars. I'm always learning how to be better, you know? So of course, one of the main things in my business for you to keep growing is to keep coming to my webinars for free. If you send me your email, if you send me your email to pr.makeyourlegacy@gmail.com, I'm gonna have an autoresponder set up for you. So every day you're gonna get a new rule. Like I call them rules or commandments that you do every day to grow in your business. It's free, doesn't cost anything. You know, it's cool. It's very awesome for the person who doesn't have anything yet. I'm gonna show them how to get something, a little something, and then more and more. You know, but you gotta do the work. Like, hopefully you understand me, the philosophies that I have, and we're cool, right? So yeah, I just want to enlarge your experiences. Like, I want you to do more in life, you know? Go out there and be someone that you want to be. Go out there and travel if you want to travel. Go spend a lot of money on one thing if that's what you always had a plan to do. Because to be honest, business and influence is like this. You never experienced anything like this, and now you want to be part of it. If you really want to be part of it, you got to give it 100%. You got to sell everything you had behind you. You got to let it go. and then you'll be successful here with it as an influential person, as a team player, as a business person. You got to be in this 100% for you to get the real results. You can't be in this dipping your toe in the water, because if you are and you're gonna take this to your team, they won't listen to you, and you're gonna be like, damn, that influence stuff don't work. No, it's not that it doesn't work. It's that you're not putting your 100% in. People don't believe you because you don't believe in people. People don't want to listen to you because you want to be king of the hill all the time. People want somebody they could trust, that they love, that they like. You know what I'm trying to tell you? So how people recognize where they want to go. That's what I just did. You want to go there. What I just said. That's what you want to go. Why? No, it's just a better way, just a better way to do it. So yeah, man, what do you sing about? What do you do for fun? What makes you happy and enthusiastic? Ask yourself these questions, and then ask the people around you these questions, and share experiences, share your values. Always grow yourself and your team, right? And here's a cool thing. When you set goals for each other, right? When you set goals for each other, you know where you guys need to go as a group, and you know where you guys, what you guys need to do to grow. So right now you're thinking like, hey, I want to make more money, or maybe I want to make more sales. I need more influence, Danny. So that's why I'm here. I need people to follow me to make more money. So I understand you, and I just told you where you need to go. You got to give it your all. You got to be 100% leader, 100% influencer. You can't just be on the water. So if you're not that person, if you're like 80%, or if you're 20%, grow. Get a book, grow. Listen to audios on people who are influential, grow. How do they need to grow? How does a person need to grow? Well, if you're in sales, you need to grow in sales. You got a sales book. If you're in marketing, get marketing. But you're in business, man. You need to learn everything. Sales, marketing, negotiations, brands. You got to learn a lot of stuff. But I tell you what, I've done a mix. I mixed it all up. It's a big problem for some people. People quit because it's so big. So there's not much I could do about that except make a business like I just did. And I just kind of like mixed it up, a compilation of different things that will help you grow to a level really quickly. And then I'll take you to the next level with something else, because that's what they did for me. And I wanted to make that for you and make it very inexpensive, because I paid a lot of money for it. For you guys don't pay a lot of money for it. And as a matter of fact, you can start for free. And in my email, you got my PR.make. I'm very general, very chill. I'm not like a professional speaker. I don't try to be. I don't want to be a professional speaker like that with the tie and all that. I've done like professional ties and sales and stuff, and I didn't like it because it was hot and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It was really hot. And I'm hot right now with this t-shirt. Look, man, pretty much we're gonna help you grow faster. Send us your email, pr.makeyourlegacy@gmail.com. And it's free the first thing, and then we'll talk more about other stuff if you're not the person who wants to get in right away. You could do that. The person who wants to get in right away, send me your emails with the package you want. You know what I'm saying? Or you want to learn more. But I'm just telling you how you need to grow, because that's part of what I'm teaching you. You gotta let people know. The same thing I did for you right now. You have to like people. Here's another thing. You have to like people selling to you. You have to, because you're in business. You have to like people selling to you. You have to love to buy, because you're in business. You gotta love to buy, and you gotta love to teach others. I mean, you gotta love to sell to others. Here's the thing: love to be sold to, love to buy, and sell to others the same way you were just sold. Because if you do this, you will do the same thing for other people. Because money is just currency flowing over and over and over again. If you buy my product, you can sell your product the same way you bought mine. Kind of thing like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's influence. That's how we teach. And you saw a little bit of a mind pattern, how I just kind of flipped it. I'm going to show you some more of that stuff right now. I'm not going to leave you out of that, because you're thinking like, wait, he just kind of flipped that. That's kind of cool how he just kind of sold me on that. I'm gonna tell you how I did that. It's not a secret. I don't have any secrets for you guys. The only secret that I have is that I can't show you everything I know, because some of it is way more expensive and I can't give it to you like that. But the stuff that I am planning on giving you, I'm actually gonna give you, like, no secrets. So I'm always thinking ahead. That's what a navigator does. A person of influence should be thinking ahead, prepared to face problems, to um, to face more problems than unsuccessful people, right? Because money doesn't solve problems, and problems provide an opportunity for growth. I'm gonna cut this one. I'm gonna finish this one up real quick, and I'm gonna show you something really really awesome that you guys can use for influence. Here's the thing: even the best planned programs can go off course. You need to equip with people with problem solving skills so they can get back on course. So it would help to teach them to not to listen to doubting critics, coach them not to be overwhelmed by challenges, encourage them to seek simple solutions, and instill confidence in them, because a navigator makes course corrections. So there's a leadership law called the law of navigation. That's exactly what he talks about. That's only the law number 4 out of 21. If you look at that, law number 4 out of 21 in the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership, he goes back into influence, becoming a person of influence in this book, and he's talking about the same thing, navigation. So everything in that from that guy, John C. Maxwell, like everything he writes, that guy's influential. It connects, it's aligned. It's never like a new thing. It's always that kind of the same thing, but he kind of like mixes it up to make it easier for you, like I'm doing for my business. So here's the thing: you ever go to church? You got the Bible here. You ever gone to church, and then like they always talk about the same thing, right? It's always the same thing, but in a different way. That's the same thing we're doing here, guys. Sales is the same thing. We're not really changing the thing. Like, it's just maybe a new strategy, maybe a new marketing platform that you got to go to. It's always the same thing. But people always need to be motivated, because people don't have motivation. They always got to have the vision in front of them, because if you're not a leader yet, or if you're not an influencer, you're probably going to be a little bit more susceptible to failure and to quit. So they always need motivation. They always need a vision in front of them, because if they don't see it, they're not going to believe it. And that's just the way some people are. And I went through that. I grew out of that. I'm still like teaching you now, so actually you can grow out of that, because the next level, after not feeling that anymore, after you don't feel like scared anymore, the next level is teach others, bro. Start teaching others, because that's going to get your level of fear away. Like you tame it. You tame the fear to go away. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to show you that. Guys, people will follow you if you do this. You know what I'm saying? So teach them not to listen to doubting critics, right? I already said that. Connection is important for successful mentoring. Here are 9 steps for connecting with people. Don't take people for granted. Possess a make a difference mindset. Initiate movement toward them. Look for common ground. Hey guys, on the webinar, if you have any questions, let me know in the chat box. It's open. I'll answer them. I'm gonna write down right here, like questions. Here, you could write it down right there, and I'll look at it and I'll answer your question. So don't take people for granted. Don't do that, because time. They say in business, time is money, but time is also like time. Like time is your health. Don't take people for granted. Possess make a difference attitude. Initiate movement toward them. Look for common ground. Recognize and respect the differences in personalities. You see, imagine if you sat down for a month on each of these little subjects. You know how much you'd be killing it? And guess what? You're still not there yet. There's so much to learn. People go a whole lifetime and they don't learn everything. But here's the thing. What is your goal? What do you want out of this? Right? What do you want out of being here? You don't have to learn everything. I promise you, And you know what? Some people say, I want to earn a lot of money. Well, how much money do you want to learn? Because they say, I want to make like $100,000 because I want to travel the world and do this and that. Okay, well, you could travel the world and do that with like $50,000 with the online business, doing webinars like this. You could do that with $20,000 probably. So you ask yourself, yeah, but some people have that ego problem. Like, yeah, but $40,000 sounds so low. Like a cop makes more than this. Like a business person makes more than that. But you got to ask yourself, guys, what do you really want to do in business? I'm going to teach you how to simplify. Do you want to be the guy that does 80 hours a week and works in New York City? He's the top head of CEO. He's always on the media, on the channels, on CNN, talking about his new stock business, but he never has time for his family. He's probably cheating on his wife. You know what I'm saying? Because I work with his assistant. Or do you want to be the person that is here, that knows what he wants, right? who's godly, right? Who's a good person, influencing people, right, with whatever they need and making whatever you need to make, traveling, doing what you need to do, working 2 hours a day. And when the guy that's here cheating on his wife, whatever, with his mistress, eating $300 dinner plates, you're eating $30 dinner plates with the love of your life because you get spend time with her. Which one is better? Like, that's the stupidest question. Everybody knows which one is better. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I'm teaching you guys: how to build systems, how to cut the nonsense out of business. What we used to think was like, we got sold to this American dream, guys, about, like, I'm very passionate about this, that white picket fence, you gotta have a car and all this stuff. You know, in some places, if a girl gets if a girl is not married by the time she finishes college, she's not considered successful, and that's weird to some people. But you know what I think is weird? That they trained us to be these people with these suits, right, walking around like we're better than people because we go to big buildings. Makes no sense to me. It sounds like you're a jerk. You know what I'm saying? So, and sometimes I've had plenty of people who actually are jerks. Not all business people are jerks like that. And if you're somebody with a suit and tie, you do this stuff, that doesn't mean you are a jerk. I'm just saying, tell me the truth that you haven't met somebody like that. And the truth is you have. So why do people come into online business? They think they got to be like this. No, man. Like, I could, this is kind of funny, bro. I could have, like, no boxers, right? I mean, I could have, like, no pants right now and you wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, yo, you can do whatever you want, how you want. It's your business. Do what you want to do. Don't mess with people who don't like what you do. And it's that simple. You'll be happier, too. Be a happier person. You'll be wealthier because you love what you do. You don't deal with no negativeness. You know what I'm saying? So, guys, you can make a difference. You know what I'm saying? You can make a difference. You can change lives, right? You could go out there and tell people, like, exactly what's going on, right? So believe the person you share. Oh yeah, believe the person that you're sharing things with can make a difference. Believe that together you guys can make a difference. You know what I mean? So you got to empower people through relationships, through respect, through building commitments with each other. And with each other, you guys have positions. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to empower other people to take a process to successfully increase the challenges and enlarge others through authority. You know, you got to be authoritative when you tell people to enlarge them and be successful. You got to be an authoritative figure, right? You got to model the right attitudes and work ethics, evaluate them on their knowledge, skill, and desire, transfer authority to them, share your power and ability to get things done, publicly show confidence in them, supply them with honest, positive feedback, privately coach them through mistakes and inadequacies, applaud them when they make progress, release them to continue on their own as soon as they are ready. You know what I mean? Simple stuff. Just be a reproducer, multiply others, you know, lead yourself very well, put others first, put the team first. You know, these are the 5 ways that you can multiply. At the beginning, when you multiply, you're kind of scrambling around. People don't have morale. And, like, you know, attrition is very high. People are leaving really fast. The next one is, like, you're surviving. You're an average person. You're not developed to your full potential, but, you know, you're doing your best. And then some people, and then the other one is siphon, which is some people are being developed to better leaders, but relationships are not strong enough to keep them in the organizations. So synergy is people are empowered to reach their full potential. That's synergy. And significance is people reach their potential, stay in the organization, and reproduce more leaders. So first there's people leaving, there's no morale. Then there's people who are average, but they're not, like, developed to their full potential. And then there's people who are better leaders, right? But their relationships with each other, they're whack. They're not cool. They're messed up. You know what I mean? And then the other one, of course, you got people who
who you got people who reach their potential. Woo, they graduated. Like you go to high school, you graduate. But then you reach your potential and you stay in the organization. Like if you graduate high school and you become a teacher of that high school, and then you reproduce more students that become teachers. That's the biggest leader. The biggest significant leader is the one that, for example, graduates high school, becomes a teacher of the high school, and teaches students to become teachers. But the truth is, guys, that we didn't learn how to become teachers in high school. They didn't even tell us anything regarding teaching like that in high school. It was called something, I forget, but to be honest, I didn't want to be a teacher in high school either. I want to be a teacher now because it makes me money, but also like as a leader, if I want to be a leader, I gotta be a teacher. But I didn't want to be a teacher for school. I want to be a teacher for like something else. But guys, the best influencer is the one that identically models himself, duplicates himself exactly of how he is. You know what I mean? So of course you got to model people, you got to motivate them, you got to mentor them, you got to multiply them. You got to always have integrity, you got to nurture people, have faith in people through encouragement and support, listen to people and build relationships with them, understand people and help them achieve their dreams, enlarge people to increase their potential, navigate with them through life's difficulties so they can become independent, connect with people and move them to a higher level, empower people to be the person they were created to be, and reproduce influential leaders and let your influence continue to grow through others. All right, guys? That's how you do influence, guys. But here's another one. If that didn't get to you, I'm just sharing mad value with you guys, massive value. So make sure you guys take this good. So you're not better or worse than anybody. What you believe about others isn't probably true. All right? Because what you believe about others is just a representation of what you see, and what you see isn't really what's there, because what's there is all distorted, because our mind distorts things all the time. So what we see about the world isn't really what's going on. So stop assuming and judging people all the time, because it's probably not real, because what they believe is probably something way different. All right? So, and just so you know, you're never not communicating. Just so you know, next time you feel negative, or next time you feel like down on yourself, or you feel like cursing somebody out, people know you were doing that. Just so you know, a smart person knows you're doing that, because you cannot not communicate. Even if you're not saying anything, your thoughts are being shown to the world by the way. If you're sitting like straight, you feel good. If you're sitting like all down and negative and stuff, like you look tired. You know what I mean? So just letting you know, there's no secrets in life. That's the life changer. You're like, what? How does he know? How does he know all of this? Yeah, man. And when you communicate to somebody, bro, or you're not really communicating the words you say. You're just the way you communicate is the response that the person does. So out of this, if you guys are not going out there and making a following, my job has been nothing. No matter how many things I told you, no matter everything I said, how cool it looks, nothing. If I'm in a team and our job is to win, and I'm not even gonna go there. I'm just saying, if everything I did, and our job is to win, and we lose, we didn't win. So we're not really successful, are we? We failed. So the meaning of our communication is the response we get. And yeah, always be flexible. The person with the most flexibility always wins. So if you're dealing with a person with a negative attitude, they give it to you. You don't have to curse them back out, because that's not really being flexible, is it? Being flexible is saying, hold up a second, chill out, bro. Who are you? What's your name? How can I help you? And if you get negative with me one more time, we're gonna have issues. That's how you help somebody. Because then they know if they're negative with you again, you could just like not talk to them anymore, ever again. And then if they ask themselves why, they remember that you told them, dude, you do that again, this is the consequence. Everything has a consequence. Be flexible. You know? Yeah, so unconscious phenomenon, guys, is really cool. The unconscious phenomenon is the thing that happens in your brain that when you do this, right? When you do this, like right now, you're listening to me about things and you're thinking about the future. That's called age progression. When our mind goes to the future, age progression. My job as an influencer is that when your mind goes to the future, I want you to think positive about it. I don't want you to think negative about the future. My job is that when you think about the past, to be positive past and not the other thing, right? Because your mind goes back and forth. It's called age progression and age regression. And how do I make you think about something that is good without the other thing? Easy. It's called something called amnesia and disassociation. By telling ourselves stories about positive stories that happened in our past, we get new solutions that we can use today. By thinking about stories of the past where we thought about the future and became successful, today, while you think about the future, you can become successful because you're making the decisions that you made while you were thinking about it anyway, because we're always, because mind and body are connected. Like I said earlier, if you're feeling down on yourself, people are going to know. But if you are thinking about good stuff and good decisions, not only will people know that you are, but you will make good decisions because that's what you're doing. Doesn't that make sense? And you'll literally forget, you'll have amnesia about the negative stuff. Because people have amnesia all the time. Like we forget people's names from high school. We forget what we did, like what we ate yesterday at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You know, we forget stuff like that. And here's another one. Sometimes, I'm a boxer, right? Sometimes when I get hit in the face, it doesn't hurt me anymore. Because it actually never hurted me. It was all made up in my mind. It was like a fear thing. But that's called disassociation because your body can disassociate from different things that are happening to you, external senses, like external things that are happening with your feeling, your taste, what you're tasting, what you're touching. So if somebody hits you, bam, you're actually gonna eat it. They call it eating it in boxing because you don't feel it no more. You become numb. And the same thing happens with emotions. If you're thinking about the past of a negative past, you can change your emotions about that and think of a positive future by telling yourself a story of some time when you were successful, by disassociating yourself from the pain that you had in the past. The same thing you can do for the future. Disassociate yourself from the pain of a time when you thought about yourself in the future. Right? Hey, babes.
Okay. Make another camera.
My babes.
Also, I'm tired.
Right? So I've always imagined myself like actually training you guys and teaching you guys, and I could be home doing this while I'm here with my wife and my child. See, if I was doing this somewhere else, I'd be missing out on all this. You know what I mean? You know, so back to what I was saying. Yeah, and here's another cool one. Positive hallucination and negative hallucination. A negative hallucination is obviously not something bad. Just like, you know, it's not something bad. A negative hallucination just means that, like, you forgot something, like amnesia, like you forgot something. But say if I'm walking around, right, and I'm like holding my headphones and I'm like looking for like 2 other things. Since our mind can only intake a certain amount of things at the same time, while I'm looking for my computer, my laptop, and my phone, I might ask my wife, hey, babe, did you see my headphones? And she'll be like, they're in your hands. And I totally forgot. You know what I'm saying? I totally forgot. That's negative hallucination. We do this all the time. We're listening to our favorite song, and then you tune out the rest of the world. Negative hallucination. Say hi. Say hi. All right, so then we got positive hallucination, which is you imagine the world that you want. Like this little girl, I wanted to have her. I imagined her, and then I had her. It wasn't a mistake. Some people, you know, have mistakes. You know, it's all good, I guess. But I had her. A positive hallucination is you envisioning your success, telling yourself a story in your head about the time you were successful, when you made a sale, when you got a lead, when you got a new team member that made a sale, for you, when you're making passive income, when you're financially free, and then going out there and do it and imagining yourself those feelings that you get, and disassociating yourself from the bad stuff and associating yourself with all the good stuff, right? Because our mind is like that. We distort things all the time. We distort what we see, what we feel, what we hear, what we touch all the time, and it's crazy. We do it all the time, and you cannot deny it. So why not think the things that make you feel good? Since we already established that if you sit down like this, you feel tired, and if you sit down like this, you get a lot of energy and breath, why not feel like this all the time? Why not make yourself feel like this all the time? Because it obviously means that it's going to make you more successful. So why not control these things, right? These things, I mean, like your unconscious mind, your subconscious mind, bringing good stuff in your brain that can lead you to success. Because your unconscious is like your heartbeat. Your unconscious is like the blood flow. You cannot control that consciously. I mean, you can, but you do not think about that consciously. You don't think about it that much. You think about other stuff. So, yeah. The next thing is those are some cool unconscious phenomenon tips. The other ones that are cool also are when you're building a business, you want to be doing as much as you can at the same time. So some of the other ones is using like time, presuppositions of time. Like the unconscious phenomenon has a thing called time distortion. And with time distortion, what we do is we crunch time in our mind, or we expand it in our mind. So we watch a movie and it feels like 10 minutes, but it was an hour. Or we have a vision, right? That feels like a long time, but it was really like 10 seconds, you know? So we do this all the time. And so when you say to people like, hey, you know, like when you use time as a thing for people, so when you're in sales, right, you want to automatically assume that that they're gonna buy, because if you do, when you talk to them, you're gonna presuppose things about that in your language, which is good because it shows confidence. It shows other things. And especially if you already built rapport with them, you should already be talking to them. You're following like they're following you. So then you say, hey, after a period of time of following me, I predict that you're probably going to be you're probably going to be somewhere way further than you are now. And that's the truth. I honestly believe that too. I honestly really believe that deep down in my heart, that's the truth. So when I talk to you in that way, it makes you believe in me more. And because you believe in me, and I get you to believe in yourself, the fact that I believe in you overrides your belief, because I'm the one that got you to believe in you. So I'm telling you, I believe in you. You know what I'm saying? Presupposing that like you're aware of things, like presupposing that like, you know, sometime in the future, when you start getting the sales online over and over again, you're gonna feel really warm inside. You know, you're gonna feel like enlightened. That now you know how it is. You know, presupposing awareness. Like, isn't it enlightening to know that you can make sales now? Isn't it so enlightening, guys, to know that now you guys are capable of building a business? I mean, I don't mean after just these videos. Isn't it enlightening to know that you can follow someone that will eventually get you to where you want to go? If you work hard, if you do what you got to do, isn't it enlightening, isn't it? Here's the other one. Cause and effect. This one's really good for getting people to make decisions. When you talk to people, instead of saying like, when you talk to people and you say like something cause and effect, an influence means something means this, therefore. This, therefore. Or if you do this, then this. It's cause and effect. And there's a similar one that means like this means this, and that means that this means this also. The same thing. These two mean the same, and then cause and effect is that these two mean two different things. So cause and effect is like, hey, you know, like if you drink wine, you're gonna get drunk if you drink a lot of it. So, dude, if you don't work enough, you're gonna fail more than not. You know, if you're gonna take days off of work, just don't take that many. You know, because you know the weeds are gonna grow from your farm. Weeds are gonna grow. You gotta take the weeds out. So what do? You get workers. I talked about that in the last one. Just take the weeds out if you don't want to work. Invest your money so you get workers so they could do that. Bang. What do? You create systems of people. So instead of you having to go and because we don't build land is there. But what if we had to build land, right? No, we don't. So we use Mother Nature as our automator, and we use money to buy the land so she can automate food for us. You know, so she can automate things for us. Right? So those are some presuppositions of that. One thing you want to continually do though is you always want to be like as a follower, as if you want to grow your following, find something that you're good at, obviously, and teach it. And always get them away from what they don't want. So if you're gonna teach something, don't increasingly tell them like you're not gonna get leads. Tell them you're not gonna get leads if you don't do the work. Maybe that's gonna work, but you gotta believe in them. Everything every problem they give you, you gotta switch it up and make it invisible. And not only make it invisible, but fix it. But sometimes problems take a long time to fix. So you need to be so good that it's invisible until it gets fixed. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, your mind deletes, distorts things all the time. Where am I getting this stuff? This is from a subject called NLP and also from a training I received from my man David Wood from Power Network that I paid for. So, so from my man David Wood, I'm in his company. I paid for a couple of the products, and this is one of them that I got it from a friend and stuff. But I've been training from these products for a while, and you know this is the way it is. So always use those cause and effect things for usefulness. You know, like the person emails you or something, be like, hey, you emailed me because you want to learn how to influence people. You email me because you want to buy my product, right? Never assume don't ask why you. If you ask why are you here for, you can ask them, but it's not really it's not really useful. I love you, girl. I love my daughter. So yeah, guys. Target their lives. Change their lives. Target the following's lives. Who they believe themselves to be, grow them. As an influencer, grow them. By how do we grow them? By changing their beliefs, guys. By changing their values. You know? What they thought was correct in the past is no longer right. What they thought they could do by themselves is no longer true. They need a team. You know? Inspire them to do things better, bigger, and faster so they can go where they want to go. If they want a house somewhere, if they want to move out from their house or something to go somewhere else, inspire them that they could do it. If they want to go travel, inspire them. If they want to be somebody great, if they want to be like a bodybuilder and they want to go in front of mad people, inspire them that they could do it if they're committed. You know, they could accomplish whatever they want. If they want a studio for their music, tell them hey, you know, you could do this wherever it is that the event takes place. If they want to be number one there, they can do it if they put their mind to it. You can do it if you put your mind to it. Tell them what's next, baby. Tell them what's next. So yeah, change their beliefs, guys. If you want more information about this, I believe the product is like $95 or $90, and you're gonna get a whole bunch of likes and followers on Instagram, which is the main product. That's our core thing. We sell that. But one of my expectations and hopes, and I have faith that you guys will do, is study the stuff that I give to you as a gift, because that's the stuff that's really gonna change you and make your business bigger. And although I would love to charge you for that stuff, I don't think you guys have enough money for it. because I'm talking to the people that are like getting no results at all. Maybe you guys do have some money, and that's cool. But I made the products very low cost because I paid like almost like $1,000, $2,000, and a lot of time and energy for a lot of this information that I'm sharing. And I spent a lot of time and energy studying it, day and night, losing sleep because I'm passionate about it. So that's the product. So let me go over like maybe one or two more. Here's another one. When somebody says, "Yo, I know what you're thinking," they're mind reading you. I mean, nobody mind reads. It's not real. But they say, "I know what you're thinking." That's just them saying like if a person is astonished, if they're surprised, right? Then you say, "I know what you're thinking." You're surprised. Remember, mind and body. If they're hunched down like this, you say, "Hey, I know what you're thinking. You're tired, aren't you?" Because it's obvious that if you're hunched down, you're tired, and if you're standing up straight, you're feeling great. You know, so mind and body are connected, like I said from the beginning. Another great way to influence on social media that I see all the time is people put in like quotes of people. They'll say like, "Be successful because your life depends on it," and then like they won't say who wrote it. They won't say who said that. That's called a lost performative, right? In NLP, we call it a lost performative. And when you think like this, you start saying like, "What should I do now?" Oh, lost performative sounds like kind of funny. Like, what should I think? What is this an example of? And then when you talk to other people and you want to influence them, and you know what they're saying, and you can break it down like a science, so you can be better now at learning and teaching, and ultimately be the greatest influencer you can be. So when people use the word all, every, nobody, each, and any, they may be honest, but sometimes they do not. Because say somebody's gonna go see this video, right? And if I say all the people that listen to this are gonna get successful, that's not really a true statement, because the truth is that all the people who will work at it and be studying this stuff, can be successful. A lot of people who've done this have been successful. And I've never encountered someone who didn't want, if I say I never encountered somebody who didn't work for what they wanted and didn't get it, if they really believed in it. That's a lost performative. But I'm also saying, like, I never experienced that. But you could challenge somebody and say, "What do you mean you never experienced that?" Like, if somebody's not a good person, "What do you mean you never experienced that?" Of course you have. That's not a good statement. So it works both ways, to influence and to challenge people. So yeah, that's one. And the other one, the last one, is I want to talk about just being ambiguous with people. Like, you're too specific with people. Like, this big training was kind of specific on this and other stuff. But when you're talking to people about building teams and sales and stuff, especially a group of a lot of people, you can't be too specific, because then you're losing out on one person who might understand. They're like laughing, having a good time with you, but the other person, like, what is he talking about? So you kind of have to like talk to them in a way where they all understand. Get it? All understand? Talk to them. So you have to talk to them in a way that they all understand. I'm using composite equivalents also, like an influence. I'm being specific about influence, so I can be specific about this, because you're all learning about influence. So if I say like, "Hey, this person is not getting it. How can we do it?" Oh, because the word "because," cause and effect. Because this person is not getting it, we might have to be a little bit more ambiguous, so he can get it and everybody else could too. Because everybody's important. We're not better or worse than anybody else. You know what I mean? Of course, if you're in the team and you're a leader, you deserve more benefits than anybody else, because you're providing more for the company. But I'm just mean like in the sense of like of humanity. Nobody's better than anybody else. We're all good people, as long as you're not doing like anything malicious, like wrong. Like some people think that that's like when people do stuff like that, they don't really mean it, and that's true. But some people really are wrong, are bad people. So other than that, we're all equal, guys. We're all good people, Who's a cutie? I think I'm done, guys. I think I'm gonna just hang out with babes. Use this information. Tomorrow I'll be back on. I'll talk more about this stuff and other stuff. And enjoy. Watch this one over and over again. I gave so much value in this one, because honestly, influence is one of my favorite subjects. So